Frost Talk Podcast. Finally, the time has come. I got my homeboy, Bodine.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, at the beginning of every interview that I do, I always kind of break down the history, like how I know the person and what they mean to me in the city. So, Bodine, we met back in the day. I want to say like 2007, 2008. My brother and my family, they had like an apartment like in Hazelwood. So I'll go over there and kick it or whatever. And over there was a guy named Adam, also known as History. Also a guy named Devin, also known as Louis Boy.
Yep.
And Bodine used to come around and like we'll all be just hanging out in the apartment, rapping, freestyling, stuff like that. Me and Bo, we would sit down and have like a shit ton of talks, just talking about life, talking about rap, whole lot of one-on-one conversations or whatever for real. Had a lot of views. We both love Cameron, whatever. We used to defend Cameron together.
Cameron, Michael Jackson.
All that, yeah. We used to stand on
DMX.
business. Yeah, we used to stand on business about that like all the time. So we both knew each other did music. So like what I can say about Bodine back then is like he'll have like 5 CDs. Like each CD has 25 to 30 songs on it. Everything sounds immaculate. And I'd be like, when you putting this out, oh, it don't sound how I want it to sound. I'm like, this shit sounds amazing, nigga. You tripping. There's so much unreleased HBN Bodine music that I don't listen to.
Man.
But we stayed down, stayed consistent, and then I started kind of jumping into the promoter lane. And then he started getting outside with his music more. Booked Bodine for his first show.
Yep.
Down at the Food Bar. Yeah, I got it on tape or
Yep.
whatever. Like, I booked Bodine for his first show. And it's just been amazing watching you blossom into what you are now as a man and as an artist and as everything. Because before you were Bodine in the city and before I was Frost Money in the city, we were just two young niggas talking, chopping it up
Facts.
or whatever. Now you're one of the, in my opinion, top 5 MCs to ever come out the loop.
I appreciate that,
You
bro.
feel me? And I'm very proud to know that, I knew you from the jump. So that's my introduction to Bodine, my guy, for sure.
Hey, and I always let people know, like, you and Sleepy were the first to ever give me a platform to like perform.
Hell yeah.
My first showcases for like probably the first 2 years of me really being outside
Yeah.
was on Frost Money Promotions, Frost Money and Good Swag.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? When they had their promotion going.
Yeah.
And I used to be at the Food Bar, you know what I'm saying, every weekend, you know what I'm saying? Or like whenever I would get on shows.
Yeah.
And that like help, you know what I'm saying, hone my stage presence,
Getting your reps in.
knowing what songs to perform in front of certain people.
We're going to get into that.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
All
been
that.
a journey, yeah.
But like, that was my dojo, you know what I'm saying? And, then once I, got better, I started venturing out, man. But like,
Yeah.
thank
Hell
you,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You guys giving me that shot and, opening up the platform for me to, you know what I'm saying, showcase my talents. I'll never, ever forget that.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know what I'm
man.
saying? Even if I become the president of the United States, you know what I'm saying? I'm always remember like, hey, man, these two dudes right here,
They good
you know what I'm
with me.
saying? Yeah, they straight pardon them, whatever they got going on.
For
man.
sure. Yeah, my honor and my pleasure, bro. Like, for real.
Yes,
So,
sir.
like I said, when I met you off the jump, I thought you were dope. I thought you were cold or whatever, for real. So, like, let's get a little bit, like, deeper into the journey. Like, when did you know that, like, I'm really going to fuck with this rap shit, like, hard?
When I would actually like rap to like my friends and stuff, and they would hear it, they be like, dang, man, you cold.
Yeah.
And that's when I saw, all right, maybe I could really do something with it. Like, I will always be in my, room or just write, you know what I'm saying? Just,
Yeah.
that was a way for me to like express myself. And it's just something that I was fascinated with, just hearing people put words together and making it rhyme and making it make sense.
Yeah.
So I knew that's something that I wanted to do. But once I like start actually spitting my stuff to people and seeing how they reacted, then I knew that I could really do something with it.
Hell yeah.
I like spit one rap to my mom and she cried. And I
Say
said,
word.
oh yeah, I could really,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I like got something here.
Yeah, hell yeah. What age was that for you?
That was probably when I spit it to my mom. It was like 18.
Okay.
But when I was in high school though, like, cause I used to just take other people's raps and just spit it. You know, people just thought I was just playing.
Yeah.
But one day, like, I actually like spit a rap to History.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then they said, "Damn man, like that was
That
dope."
shit nice. Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? That was like 7th grade.
Okay.
Then that's when we started coming out with the HBN tapes. Like we've been dropping mixtapes
Back
since
in
7th
school, huh?
grade. Yeah.
7th grade?
7th grade.
That's
That's how
crazy.
we got like our Hazelwood Day fits.
Yeah, yeah.
We would drop around that time,
Hell
and
yeah.
we would sell mixtapes for $5, man. And that's how we got our tickets, our outfits, and all that, bro.
Out the mud.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right, so we into the HBN chapters now. So how did you meet History, and how did you meet Louis Boy? Which one did you meet like first? Like, how did that go?
Okay, so let History tell it. I don't remember how I met him. I thought I met him as, you know what I'm saying, just on like the bus stop at school.
Yeah.
But let him tell it though. He said that he was we stayed in like the same area. So he was walking to the swimming pool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Him and his cousin walked past me. I didn't say nothing. And then they went down there, the pool was closed, and he said when he walked back up, I said, "Oh yeah, the pool closed." So like he didn't like me at first, you know what I mean?
From the jump. Yeah.
But I recall me just seeing him on the bus stop, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying, and we just started building a rapport there.
Yeah.
And then Louis Boy, he came like maybe a year or two later. Like I think Louis Boy came in 9th grade.
Okay.
It was first, like our group was called Third Star. It was me, History,
Okay.
and a dude named Mad Lou or Trey. That's what we call him,
Okay.
Trey.
Hell yeah.
And then Louis Boy was the the 4th person, and then that's when we called ourselves HBN.
Yeah, hell
and
yeah.
History was just real good with like names.
Yeah.
So he like created names for like everything. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
That
But
Chicago shit.
Yeah. So I like Louis Boy came. I want to say he came in 9th grade.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. All right. So as they say still sharpen steel. Is that the saying?
Yeah.
Whatever. So I know for me, like back in my day, my high school cats, my middle school cats, we'd be on the phone, writing raps on the phone, spit it, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. But y'all HBN niggas, bro, like when I met y'all just off the jump, y'all was really nice. Like for real. So like, what type of drills that y'all used to like go through together? Like, cause how does this happen? Cause what I noticed when I met y'all, I was like, niggas don't get this nice by accident. You know what I'm saying? Like these niggas must be on each other's ass, like pause or whatever. So like, what was that like? Yeah.
So man, every day when I got home from school, me and Trey, we would have new raps, just ready.
Yeah.
Adam was a playboy, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
So like,
Yeah.
Adam, like after school, Adam was doing Adam. He was on his
Yeah.
own adventures.
I'm a bachelor.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But me and Trey though, like we would hit each other up like every day and spit new raps. You know what I'm saying? And, Adam would jump in too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When he was, taking a break from his missions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, like that's how we got better. Then we had like rap beefs with other groups in school and
Yeah,
everything.
it'd
So
be
like
like
that just
that.
sharpened our steel.
Yeah.
And then we was very competitive with each other. We knew everybody was nice.
Yeah.
So when we get on records, like we trying to, kill each
Outdo
other.
a nigga. Yeah, for
And,
sure.
and like the cool thing about our group, like at least to me, it wasn't just one main dope nigga. You know what I mean? Like you know how
Yeah,
everybody
different
say
flavors. Yeah.
respectfully Kiss is the nicest out the locks.
Yeah.
Like every tape, it was another, like someone else had, was the top dog
It was
because they
their
found a
time.
new style or
Yeah.
they found a new swag. So
Yeah.
it just motivated everybody else to just get better.
Hell yeah. It's dope for real. HBN, man, hell of a run, hell of a group of guys.
Yeah,
you know what
bro.
I'm saying? Because I done sat down and kicked it with all three of y'all before. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I wish that History and Louis Boy and even Mad Lou, like, and we got a couple other cats like really stuck with it
Yeah.
because there's no telling how far that like they would have you know what I'm saying, went with the music. You know,
Yeah.
everybody was dope in their own way.
Yeah.
History, he's just a great rapper.
He is. He really is.
He's a great rapper,
Phenomenal.
man.
Yeah.
And he can freestyle just as good, if not better, than he writes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
how dope he was. And Louis Boy was just a hell of a performer. He was
Yeah.
the hook king.
He made dope
You know
beats
what I mean?
too.
Yeah, he made dope
some
beats.
Dope ass beats.
You know, but life be lifing, man. So,
Life will do that to you, like for sure. Shout out to them though.
yeah,
I
oh yeah,
rock with
hell
them the
yeah.
long way for
You
sure.
know? So you know, I always try to pull them out. You know what I'm saying?
Here
From
and there.
time to time, I got
Yeah.
some surprises.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying, for next year with you know, them guys. So stay tuned.
I'm all for it. I'm
Yeah.
all for it. All right, so you rapping with them. Y'all getting nice throughout middle school and high school. Niggas graduate or whatever. Then it's time to step into the scene. So we met and we was clicking. We was cool. Threw you on food bar shows here and there. But from my point of view, it was like you came through. You did my shows. Then I feel like I was going through something in my life. I think I had my first child. So I kind of stepped away from the game for like a year or two. And within that time, I just saw you start navigating through the city to like these different circles and stuff like that. So like just kind of walk me through like them early stages. Like was it Robert Ford or was it Jay Howes? Like what was it like for you?
It was all of them. I was just trying to find platforms to get on, man. I was kind of like I was like Ryu, man, just traveling everywhere, just trying to get into any cipher, get into any shows, just really just showcase my talent. You know what I mean? So I would hear about, you know, different promoters or different things going on, and I would, you know, just get on it. And that's how I build relationships with promoters and other artists and things like that. And I think I've met, like, you know, with those Robs and the J Hows and the Charlie Hustles and stuff. I think that came from like me just bumping into them at your shows or like, you know, stuff like that. You know, and then they reached out and that's how I, you know, got on other shows. You know,
that's what's up. Show and improve every time, bro. Did
Appreciate
your thing
it, man.
every fucking time. That's dope as hell, for sure. So like, let's walk through like the catalog like a little bit, because at this point you done put out so much music. But what I do know is like I know that early part of the catalog pretty damn good. You know what I'm saying? So the Crack album, which is still my favorite Bodine project.
right on. Hey, that was one of them ones, bro.
You feel me? All right, so let's just walk through them like the first 3 or 4.
Okay.
So like, where were you at like mentally, and like what was that process like doing the Crack album?
I was just hungry, man. I was like, just in life in general, I was like a sponge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why like it was the topics was so random, because it was just everything that I was learning at the time. Conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Being, you know, proud of my heritage, being black.
You
and,
know it.
you know, learning more about like secret societies, Illuminati. You know, not selling your soul. That's the letter to Satan, and you know, she was black, and you know, like when you listen to that album, you go back and listen to it. It's just what a 20-year-old was thinking about at that particular time. You know what I mean?
Hot 20 when you did that, huh?
Yeah, like 20, 21, one of them. You know what I mean?
That shit was hard, bro.
Appreciate it, bro.
How many tracks was on that?
They're like 22.
All of them fire too. That's
22
wild.
tracks, man. 22 of them joints, man.
Yeah.
And then like Bovember, like the Bovember series. So like back in the day, I was dropping tapes. I was dropping at least 2 tapes a year.
Okay.
You know, but the Bovember was always dropped in November.
Yeah.
And that one was more like a soulful, self-reflective type of, you know what I'm saying, album. You know what I mean? And that style, just as a whole, kind of stuck with me throughout my career.
Yeah.
And those were inspired by Joe Budden, really. You know, that's when I got hip to mood music.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I like just knew him for Pump It Up. You know what I mean? And like stuff he did off the Desert Storm mixtapes.
Shit like that.
I like randomly, I was in college and I would go to the library and, you know, just go on that piff and put on a mixtape as I did my homework, and that was one that was out.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, this is one of the best projects I've ever heard.
Hell yeah.
Never heard a rapper be that vulnerable, you know what I'm saying?
It was honest and sincere, yeah.
And that inspired, you know what I'm saying, the Bovember and the Bo that, people know today.
Yeah, for sure. What I can say, like being a fan, like I feel like it was really the Bovembers that really like popped you off locally or
Yep.
whatever. Like the Crack album, it laid out the foundation for you.
Yeah.
But it's when you started cranking out them Bovembers. So let's get into the whole Bovember run or whatever, because there's how many? It's like three. Three. Okay, and it's like back to back.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. Let's get into it though. Let's go 1, 2, 3, and just like, where were you at? Like, cause I saw the level up as a fan of this shit. I'm just like, my boy going crazy right now. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like, for
appreciate
real.
it, bro.
Hell yeah.
Man, like the first one was, really me just getting into my hip hop boom bap bag.
Okay.
Being more, vulnerable. Speaking about a lot of. I did that on the Crack album too, but I guess it didn't really resonate with people to these.
Yeah.
But just really talking about life.
Yeah.
And then the second one, I just got a little more deeper into that bag.
Yeah.
And then the third one, I would say that's the most well-rounded one. That's when I really started playing with like making records that's catchy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
when
yeah.
Chi came
Yeah.
came
Hell
in
yeah.
and dropped, and the Cherry and stuff like that, man. So you can hear like the growth.
Yeah.
I remember this dude named Mark Bland. He heard Bovember too. He said it's a dope album, but you just got album cuts. You got all album cuts. You need to work on some like stuff that's more catchy.
Yeah.
And that's what I worked on. With like the Bovember 3.
Okay. Hell yeah, yeah. So let's rewind it back to Chi Chi, because I feel like that really popped off or whatever.
Yeah.
That one, yeah, it was on the radio, rotation.
Yeah.
You killing every show with it. Even to this day, we were we were at the damn recently. We were at the Slumfest mixer, and however they put the lineup, you and Dub ended up going on like a little bit before me, like 20 minutes before me. You guys killed it. Like always, had a dope set. And then you did Chi Chi. I was like, God damn it. Because I already felt out of place, like being there. I was like, I gotta talk to this nigga. This nigga cannot do Chi Chi anytime I'm on the goddamn bill. So let's get into the Chi Chi run. How did the song come about? And what doors did that song open up for you? And what is it like to have a hit like Chi Chi on your resume?
That's what. Okay, so how it first came to be, is actually a real story.
Okay.
I just turned it into I just used it as a metaphor, like a double entendre, so it could relate to the D-Boys and what I'm saying, like just the backpackers.
Yeah.
But the story, like it was really, I was trying to work with a producer for Bovember 3. You know what I'm saying, to make me some beats. Just went ghost. You know what I mean? And then I hooked up with Bo.
Okay.
Bo Willie. I knew Bo Willie since high school.
Legendary. Okay. Yeah.
And then I was looking for some beats. I said, hey bro, I need like a bop for this album. I got everything else. I need a bop.
Yeah.
So he was playing me a bunch of records. I was like, nah. Then he played that one, and he tried to skip over it. Like he played the first 4 seconds. I was like, hold on, wait, go back to that one. He had already played me like 20 beats. I was like, nah, I ain't. Nah.
Yeah.
And he tried to skip that, and that ended up being the one. I said, hold on, wait a minute, play that.
Yeah.
Played it. I was like, that's the one.
Okay.
I wrote that song. He gave me the beat. I wrote that song on the way home.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I sent it to Els.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Els did his verse, legendary. You know what I'm saying?
Amazing. Yeah.
And then we knocked that out, and that was the last record for the album.
Really?
That was the last record for the album.
Yeah, that one really opened a lot of doors.
Yeah, and then as far as like the doors that it opened, like that's when DJs was spinning it. It was on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Like that was really like a big record. I wish, like now, like knowing what I know now, if I had like the budget, or like really knew how to like push it, I like would have pushed it way harder than what I did. Like I did the video and
yeah.
but like just not knowing.
being young, growing up. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? For sure, for sure.
But like, even to this day though, like when I perform it, it's still
Nuts,
still
bro.
bop. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's still nuts, for sure, for sure.
So yeah, that's definitely one of my top records in my catalog for like sure. Having that type of record, you know what I'm saying? That's like dope. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
And especially when I perform it, in front of people that grew up, you know what I'm saying, in
Yeah.
that time,
Yeah.
like Saint O. When he
Love
performed
Saint O.
like We Don't Love
Yeah,
Him,
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's like, oh, she's just bringing back, memories.
Yeah, around that
Stuff
same
like that.
time frame too. I remember that for
Yeah.
sure. Now, all right, so Bo Willie, I haven't had the pleasure to really meet him or lock in with him, but I do know he put a lot of dope beats out here, like for sure. So, what was your relationship like with him as a producer, and like what makes him different than other producers that you worked with?
We just had me and Bo had just a great chemistry. We got a whole double disc album that we never dropped. It's called Bo Squared.
That's crazy.
And like some of the records that I dropped, throughout time are from that album. Like Thank God I'm Black.
Yeah.
ATM with Sal. It's a couple other ones, but like a lot of big records that I dropped are from Bo Squared. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Yeah.
He's very versatile, man. Bo can do everything. You know what I mean?
This shit was tough.
Yeah, man.
Nonetheless,
It was one time where Bo was just everybody had a Bo Willie beat.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Hell yeah.
that like spoke volumes of how greatest artistry was like when he was really out here in these streets.
Yeah.
Come back, Bo.
Yeah, the
Come
game
back.
needs you, bro. The
We
game
need you,
needs
bro.
you. That would be a hell of a comeback. Like,
Yeah.
for real, for real. Hell yeah. All right. So, at this point in the interview, we're going to get into some of the more random stories.
For sure.
So, all right. This next story is about finding your way as a performer in this city.
Oh, man.
And just going through the growing pains of it. And we always talk about one scenario, but there's another scenario that we never really talk about too.
Oh,
But I
shoot.
want to see if you remember it. All
Okay.
right. So I was plugging Bodine in shows and stuff like that. And just on the come up, you booking, a little bit of anybody and everybody, like whoever got a crowd, like, all right, come on, come with it, type shit. So there's this one show I had Bo in, or whatever. He started out like on this Mr. Perfect sample, just rapping his ass off. Everybody going with it, you know what I'm saying? What's not to love about 90s wrestling? Everybody having a good time. And then this crowd was majority white, like probably 90% white. Turned up white kids or whatever.
95% white.
Yeah.
It was a sea of white people. Respectfully.
A sea of white people. So he had them going with the first couple of joints, and then he just pretty much does like this long ass song about slavery. Completely killed the vibe, nigga. It's like read the room.
Oh man. Killed the entire vibe, bro.
Nothing kills the vibe more than knowing that your ancestors were slave owners. Like that.
Killed the vibe, bro.
Their faces.
It was like the first verse, it was cool. Like,
Yeah.
it's some that I said in like the second verse that just kind of just like after that it
Brought
just
the
said
mood
because at first I was like, all right, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, right on, and then I said some, man, and it just
Yeah.
after that it was just quiet.
Yeah.
That was the last song that I did too. It was just quiet. I said, damn, man. Yeah,
Ain't
that was
appreciating
funny,
the history
man.
lesson. Yeah.
That was definitely a history lesson.
That shit was hilarious because we both remember it like it was yesterday.
Like it was,
or whatever,
man,
for real.
vividly.
Yeah, and there's another time. All right, we were at a Charlie Hustle event.
Oh shit.
Oh, whatever.
Rest in
and
peace, Charlie
Rest in
Hustle.
peace, Charlie Hustle. But the main thing about Charlie Hustle and his run, it was very party. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it was very party, especially the showcases he was doing down at Heartbreak on the Landing.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So once again, you got a dope set, you doing your thing, and you get into this song called Old Man. And the song is just about aging. It's like, yeah, you grow up and your knees and your back start to hurt. And
You gonna die. Yeah, what's up?
nobody was getting jiggy, you know what I'm saying?
He's like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about, man? I'm trying to kick it. I ain't trying to think about being old. Sneak off the stage, man.
It was crazy. So tell me about your journey just coming up as a performer, and where do you feel like you really found your stride on some like I understand my demographic and I know what they want.
Just learning, like you said, man, learning to read the room. That's what I'm glad I'm versatile and, you know, making music. So now when I do shows, I kind of like know, not kind of, I know what songs to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of, and that also comes with like building up your portfolio. At that particular time, like I really just had a lot of introspective type of music. You know what I mean? I had a couple, you know what I'm saying, bops.
Yeah.
But most of them was introspective, you know what I'm saying, records that I felt, you know, were the most impactful.
Yeah.
But like now, as I've grown as an artist, I got more music, you know, that I can, you know, perform and it'll slap, and you can listen to the album to get the, you know, the deep cuts. Or when you come see me live at like one of my personal shows, I'll perform some of those. But yeah, you don't want to kill the vibe, man. Like he's trying to turn up, and you talking about, yeah, man, you know, you're gonna die soon, and you know what I'm saying, you're getting old. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, learn to read the room, man. You know, when you in a room full of, you know, white kids, you know, trying to turn up, don't remind them that they parents, you know, they grandparents and stuff, you know, raped yours and, you know, stuff like that. Say that for the album, you know what I mean? Say that for the album, you know.
Craziness, bro. Craziness.
Gotta learn some way.
You gotta learn. You live and you learn, bro. But you know what? They didn't boo. And I guarantee they remember you, bro.
They don't remember nothing there. They gonna remember, hey, remember that black dude, man?
Yeah, sent us home feeling like shit that night.
Them car rides was quiet as hell, man.
Oh, man. All right. So let's get into what a lot of people like to call the golden era of St. Louis rap scene.
Yeah.
Or whatever. For me personally, like when I think about the time frame, it was definitely SOGL was definitely a thing. Yak Boy Fresh was outside going dummy. Yak Boy had a hell of a run. Who else? Corsano, and a handful of other. We could go on and on, or whatever, for real. So, like, what was that SOGL run like for you? And also, that was around the time you won the Slumfest Artist of the Year for the first time?
Yeah.
So I feel like this is like your real becoming moment.
Oh, no, that was Yep. That was right before I joined Sogu, too.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that I've always done, like, I've always been a part of factions.
Yeah.
And it just helped me become a better artist over time. I learned so much from Sogu. I learned so much from the Domino Effect. I learned so much with being with AMG.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just really grabbing from like other artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, it like helped me being with History and Louis Boy and Thailand and View Askew. You know what I'm saying? Like, just being around all that talent. You know, it helped me just be better, and with my hustle. You know what I mean? Like. Having all them creative minds, and we used to sell a bunch of merch, and taught me a lot about teamwork too. I think that if we knew what we was doing and stuck with it, you know, the group as a whole, the brand as a whole will be way further, and a lot of, you know, the people in it will probably still be doing music. You know what I mean? Specifically History, Louis Boy, and View. Kassan branched off he rebranded himself, you know, to Kassan instead of Thailand, did the singing and doing incredible things.
Talented, man.
But yeah, talented. If we would have really knew what we was doing, I think other members would still be doing music.
That's real.
Music would discourage you, bro. You know what I mean? And not saying that they was like discouraged, but like, you know, when you got life and other things going, and like you're not seeing like a ROI on music, you know, you'd be like, man, shoot, I'll do it when I'll, you know, do it.
Yeah. It comes a time like when you're just growing up, like it really gets to a point like you really got to be like, I'm ready to die about this shit.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like you really got to have like this strong, crazy hold on it. Cause I tell you what, this shit will break your heart so many times, bro. I got so many random behind the scenes stories that it's just like, like pursuing this shit will push you to your limits or whatever, for real. And some people need to get out and focus on life. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? For real. But there's others that are just like, we can't let this go.
Nah,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
what keeps me going is just the random messages or people that I meet and they talk about how my music is had inspired them, or this song did this, or like one record made a dude get his relationship back cool with his dad. You know what I mean? So when I hear stuff like that, bro, it like you know, I gotta keep going.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Got to.
Hell yeah.
You know, and this is just my this is my therapy. You know what I mean? Like this helps me clear my head and, you know, be sane.
Yeah, hell yeah, for sure. Now, all right, so let's get a little deeper, a little further in the timeline. So, like, I know you from around the way. You my man's.
Yeah.
I before I met T-Dubbo, I just saw him online before we eventually linked up and became hella cool. Like, there's been many nights, me and T-Dubbo and Saul J, many nights. We spent a lot of time together, especially like when I first started getting down with Black Market Media Group. But how did you and Dub link up, and tell me about that brotherhood?
So I'm a big fan of battle rap.
Yeah.
And Street Status, you know, Verb, Ill, Hollow, Remedy, they were already on Smack, you know what I mean? So, you know, he was looking for, he like went through like a phase where, you know, he was looking for new talent. And he picked up B Magic and T-Dub. And I heard them rap, I was like, dang, these dudes is nice.
Yeah.
And I heard Dub rap. Dub was like street. Like you can look at him and tell he'll punch you in the face.
Yeah, you can hear the north
You know
side
what I
of
mean?
his
Yeah.
voice,
You know what I mean? You know, but at the same time, like he was very intelligent. You know, you could hear it like when he rap. I was like, dang, this dude is nice.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I would go to his battles, you know what I'm saying? I went to one battle in particular. I think he battled Chris Starks.
Okay.
And after the battle, I said, hey, bro, like, I'm a fan. You know, you dope. I like what you're doing. And then that's how we built our, you know what I'm saying, relationship, you know what I'm saying, from like there. And then just, you know, I had met up with him one day at Bread Company in the Delmar Loop when that was still a thing.
Okay.
Sat down and chopped it up with him, just trying to give him some like game on how to maneuver in the music scene, because I didn't know he did music. Then once I heard he did music, I was like, dang, man, he's like you nice with that too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So we just built a rapport, man. And then you know, Ferguson, the Mike Brown thing happened. Got outside together, and you know, just constantly build that brotherhood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's a real good dude, man. Very, very solid individual.
Yeah.
I always say, like, you know, people, like, we have a Nipsey-ish, Tupac-ish type person in him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he's his own, though. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, definitely. What I can say about being friends with Dub and just kind of knowing him, it's one of those things. I'm like, if some foul shit was to happen around me or to me, I know one of the first niggas riding would be Dub. Like, for real.
Yeah.
And niggas don't even know me and Dub are tight like that, but like we really is. You know what I'm saying? We may not necessarily talk on the phone every day, but when we see each other, like it's all love. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real.
Yeah, he's a revolutionary. He's a family man. He's a great MC. He's a great battle rapper. He's into politics. Like, he like knows about, you know what I'm saying, the community, and like he like does everything, man. So you know, that's why I like wish we had a bigger spotlight on like the city to see people like Dub. See people like me. I'm a rapper. I'm a principal. I do all this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's so many people in the city that do dope things outside of music, but at the same time it intertwines with the music and their persona and what they talk about in the music.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think if we got a spotlight on it where the world could see it, man, we'll be up out of here.
Hell yeah, for sure. All right, so this next part of the interview, I definitely wanted to talk about this with you because I just watch things, you know, from the outside. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, damn, I wish I had time to do more shit like that. Let's talk about fighting, bro. Yeah. So, like, let's talk about fades. So, all right, so what made you get deeper into, like, the martial arts and fighting, and what styles do you know? Because from the outside looking in, I know that you went through like a journey of learning different things and stuff like that. So how did it start off, and like where you at now with it?
It was just something that I always wanted to do, man.
Oh, yeah.
And I like low key did it when I was a kid. I just wasn't disciplined.
Yeah.
So like, I like got my yellow belt, and I was like, you know, rap
same.
started being more of a thing.
Yeah.
But it's just something that I always wanted to do.
Yeah.
And as I got older, I just did it and stuck with it.
Yeah.
Brian Davis was my first like sensei.
Okay.
And he did like a whole bunch of stuff like Salad, Hungar, Kung Fu, kickboxing. So he like just taught me things that would work best for me.
Yeah,
it was more so at first like self defense, what things to use, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
When you out in the public. Then I did now I'm doing MMA, you know what I'm saying? So Ray Norris, you know, is my sensei, and you know, just learning everything.
Yeah.
Kickboxing, boxing, wrestling, stuff like that. And then I'm also training Mike Sheen. He's a Kung Fu.
Yeah.
No, Jeet Kune Do.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's the person I'm really locked into like right now. So just learning different things throughout, you know what I'm saying, throughout my journey, man. So yeah, it's been pretty cool.
That's nice to
real
know,
cool.
bro. Yeah.
And it keeps you humble.
Yeah.
And it just keeps you on your toes. You know, I ain't trying to hurt nobody or nothing like that. It's just things to know.
Yeah.
Just in case I, you know, have to
run into some shit.
Yeah, run into some shit.
Yeah. No, that's dope, man.
Knock a tooth out or something.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that's dope. Like for sure. All right, so we getting closer around the end. We may have to do a part 2, bro. I can rap with you all day. Like, you know what
I'm all for it, man.
We all homies getting it in. So like we gotta talk about the more so recent you know, hotline or whatever, for real. The Super Bowl, the battle,
the belt to ass. The belt to ass.
Between you and A Game. So let's just go down the timeline. All right, first, I want to know, what was your relationship like with A Game before the cipher popped off? And then we'll get into the cipher. So like, what was it like before then?
It was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool. Like every time I would see A Game, it was always, you know, what up? You know, it was cordial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I had no bad blood. You know, I like what A Game. You know what I'm saying?
Talented man.
And as people does, man. Like I was you know, I was a supporter of A Game. You know what I mean? So like, wasn't no bad blood or anything on my end. I don't think it was on his end. You know what I'm saying? We just two very competitive, you know, artists. We both think highly of ourselves. We feel that we can, you know, slay the dragon, whatever dragon comes our way. You know what I mean? So yeah, like it wasn't no animosity. You know, I would go to his store, you know, when he had events and some support and things like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, we was straight.
It was cool. All right, let's get into the cipher.
Yeah.
What was different about the cipher? And just how was the whole process? Because I recorded a few ciphers myself, and I peep it. You know, I peep how things go. I wish I could be a fly in the room that day or whatever, but just like walk me through it.
So leading up to the cipher, man, they was just talking heavy.
Yeah.
They was just talking extremely heavy. You know what I mean? And some of the talk was kind of like, all right, like, is it you just talking shit? You serious? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like kind of took it as like disrespect.
Okay.
And it, you know, not in a fighting way, but like, hey man, like this gonna be the best, the most buzz you ever got. I'm gonna expose who like really doing stuff in the city who walked through. I'm like, oh, all right, bet. Okay, cool. So I just had a regular cipher verse, you know what I'm saying, prior to that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, me and Dub talked, and he was like, man, have another one, like, just letting the clip off on these niggas. Something don't seem right. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I had 2 ready. I got there, you know, kind of checked the vibes in the room, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, niggas was looking nervous.
Yeah.
Niggas was looking nervous. Like, okay, they about to diss me. Okay. Dub was right. So I just, you know, then I had to go first. You know what I'm saying? They had me go first to set
and they
it up.
invited you to come do this, right?
Yeah, well, Boomin did.
Boomin put it together.
Yeah, Boomin put it together. So like Boomin, you know what I'm saying, invited me for the cipher.
Yeah.
But it just kind of seemed like a set. And Booming in
He didn't know.
7, yeah. But like
Yeah.
Tank and Ron,
Yeah.
A Game and Trays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like those are two groups.
Yeah, we all
You
from
know what
different
I
cliques,
mean?
low
So-
key. Yeah, for real.
And then Boom wanted me to set it off. He felt that I would be like,
Perfect.
I
moment
like
to
set the bar.
Yeah.
I set the bar right. You know, I set the bar. You know what I mean? You know, and then and that was history.
And then it was up.
You know
Oh,
what I'm
whatever,
saying?
for real.
Then you know he heard my verse, choked twice. You know what I'm saying? Then finally got through his verse,
Yeah.
and then like throughout the night, man, he was just like I could tell like that really got to him. Like even during his set, he did a Kanye rant. You know what I'm saying? Talking about how he just. It was directed towards me. Like I knew he was in his feelings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then he had hit me up a day or two later about, man, we can do like a full event. We can,
What's wrong with it?
yeah. I was like, all right, cool,
Yeah, hell
cool.
yeah.
Like you want to battle or,
Yeah.
he said, yeah, we gonna battle, but it's gonna be in like a different, you know what I'm saying, format.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I'm actually glad that we did it the way he suggested. It was more
live.
eventful.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, for sure. It was a run.
Yeah,
Dope as hell.
We had fun though, man. I had fun. You know what I mean? I had fun, man. Like it was very competitive.
Yeah.
I took A Game's not a slouch.
No,
you know what
dope.
I mean?
Yeah.
He's a dope rapper.
One of the hottest in the city. I give
Yeah.
it to him. Yeah,
You know?
for sure.
So I took it very seriously, and I
Yeah.
just had to show him, man, that it's levels, man. You know what I mean?
This is what I do type shit.
Yeah,
This
like-
is what I'm really on.
And I felt I don't think he really knew what he was really getting into. Like I was like I don't think he know like how I
Yeah.
get down.
Yeah.
He know now though.
He know now, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I haven't. I don't know if me and A Game have met officially, but me and Trez, like we've met a couple times or whatever. Real dope dude.
Yeah,
hell of a
yeah.
businessman
Yeah.
or whatever for real.
Both of them are. Both
yeah.
of them are. One thing I can't say about them, like they are very good businessmen. They have
Yeah.
a good team.
Making
you know
moves.
what I'm saying with them.
Getting to it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they are getting to the bag, man.
Yeah.
So shout out to them.
Yeah, so I definitely had like a lot of love and respect for them. But like when the whole battle thing was going on, I was like, what y'all don't know about Bo is like he wakes up early for this shit. He wakes up
Bruh,
early for this shit. He's been waiting for this moment.
That's all I did on Christmas break, bro. I was just, and then like I was so prepared. Like when he would drop one, I already had one in the clip. Bam. All right,
Crazy,
cool.
yeah.
So I had fun.
Yeah.
It was, competitive. It got, kind of got, you know what I'm saying,
messy a
rocky
little bit, but we got it together.
But
Yeah.
we got it together. We went to the show.
Yeah.
Had a good time. We made money. Everybody went home with no scratches, scars, bruises. And that was that.
It was good for St. Louis hip hop
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
It was definitely good for the culture.
Yeah, shout out to A Game, like for real. Shout out to you, shout out to A Game because you guys were dropping high caliber music at a rapid pace. Like you guys definitely had things on lock. Like
Yeah.
and that it was just crazy. Every day you get on social media, it's like something else is popping off with the situation, and then there's like all these different side stories coming about it and all that. Man, it's just like it was wild, bro. It was crazy for sure.
Yeah. Just think if that would have happened in like if like we had a city like New York or Atlanta
yeah.
or Cali, that like the magnitude of it would be even bigger.
For sure, yeah.
You know
Even
what I mean?
just being in a bigger market would be crazy. Like
Yeah.
for real. Most deaf.
Yeah, shout out to my son, man.
Now the closure of the situation. Y'all shook hands on it.
Yeah.
Y'all shook hands on it. All right. But does he feel like he caught the W? Because that's my thing. Like with a lot of things in competition, it's just like people won't admit or they won't be self-aware or people just always going to big up themselves or whatever. Like so more so like what I'm asking about. How do you feel about the conclusion of this ride that you and A Game went on?
I know I won. I know I like it's no like nobody can tell me different. Like
Hell yeah.
No one could. If somebody broke down, why they feel he won. If Joe Budden broke down on his podcast why he feel A Game won, I'd be like, no, bro.
Yeah.
Like that nigga got his ass whooped from the cipher to the internet to the show. It was a clean sweep. You know what I mean? And then to add insult to injury, after the show, I dropped a mixtape that just with the disc records and a video.
Yeah.
You lost, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm sure like he probably think he won.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
cool. And I'm sure it's people that think he won. It's a small percentage of people like this, Frost.
Yeah.
It's a small percentage of people that you know what I'm saying think he
Yeah.
won. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. But the consensus,
Yeah, like track for track,
Yeah.
how the show went, the momentum, what the streets were saying.
it's people that I see randomly.
Yeah.
You know, that went to the show or whatever. That I don't know. Like, hey man, you Bodine? Man, you
Yeah.
kick that game, man.
Straight up
Men,
and
women,
down.
you know what I'm saying? All that. So yeah, like I like took the W with that one.
No, yeah, I
But-
gave St. Louis a classic moment for sure.
One thing I will say though, and this is just him throughout the years,
Mm.
like he not scared to jump in that ring. You know what I mean? He always popping this shit, and
Yeah.
you know whoever feel away,
He'll jump up and back it
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
Yeah,
he'll-
he'll jump up and back it
he'll
up.
like try to back it up. He'll get knocked down, you know, most of the time. But you know what I'm saying? he like I do respect him for that though. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you gotta respect his confidence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So yeah, man, shout
Yeah.
out to Junior.
Yeah, perfect opponent at the perfect time. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
sure.
Dope moment for sure. Well,
Yeah.
this wraps up part one, man. We got to do another one because there's
Yeah.
so many other chapters that we didn't even get into. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a real Bodine fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real,
Hey,
for
I
real.
appreciate you, bro. You
Yes,
know what I'm
sir.
saying? It's one of the guys that helped make Bodine who he is, man. So salute to Frost.
Yeah, and Bodine knows so many of my most random rap lyrics.
I'm a real fan, man. I'm a real fan.
We go way back, like, for sure, for sure. All right, for sure. You got any shout outs you want to do or anything like that, or tell the people what's coming up next?
Broken Combs is out now.
Don't mind that.
Come on, man. Broken Combs is out now on all streaming platforms. Make sure y'all check that out. Memento Vivere, that'll be coming soon. That's my full self-produced album. I think that's one of the. I think that's my best album to date. That'll be out soon. Till then, stream Broken Combs, stream Game Over, stream Unus Rex Vestas, and stream Memento Mori. You know what I'm saying? So you got a plethora of things to dive into till that comes out.
Yeah, much love, for sure.
Yeah.